A lot of times the topic is coming up in 2022, talking about texting an ex. Now I know it's tricky when you're trying to deal with an ex-girlfriend, whether you broke up with her or she broke up with you. If you're watching this video, that means that you want to reach out to your ex or you're not sure how to respond to her. So let's tackle both right now. If the breakup was on her end, I would not recommend making any contact. That may not be what you want to hear, but that's what has to happen. Now, if there has been enough time, let's say about 3 to 6 months, then if you want to reach out and be very, very basic with the conversation, because you guys will both understand what's going on, women are smart, they know when you're reaching out to pry for info or because we're insecure, and that's fine. Everybody's like that. So as long as you do that, that's okay. If not, no contact is 100% the best solution because you can only mess up if you send a ton of text. And the best way to text an ex is nothing at all for a while. Like I said, enough time can pass where things can settle down and feelings can harbor. But until that happens, no, sir, do not do it. Put the phone away. Get the charger, put it on there, get some sort of like piggy bank thing with a lock the phone up, put a code on there, forget about it. That's your best bet. Now, if your ex reached out to you, let's say you broke up with her or vice versa, and let's say she reached out to you, that is much different. I think the best way to do things is to be very basic for a bit. Instead of being super flirty, because that can be confusing, and I know feelings can be confused because you were just with this person, so you're feeling a certain way, and now it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be that way anymore. I'm not supposed to feel these things. How? What am I supposed to do? No, I'm going to flirt. I'm going to text her, and she was flirty with me. Stop. Let it go. Be cordial, be basic, let her know that, hey, we are not together. Whether I broke up with you or you broke up with me, there's a reason we are not dating anymore. We should respect that. And that's what being brief and basic means. It doesn't mean that if she reaches out to you, you don't have to not respond. I think ghosting goes very little when it comes to relationships ending. You shouldn't be ghosting after that person is reaching out to you after enough time has passed. So what I would recommend is if your ex-girlfriend reaches out and let's say she texts you and says, hey, been thinking about you, totally okay to respond. You don't need to give too much honesty. You don't want to give too much away. A nice response of, it's great to hear from you, glad you're doing well, and maybe something basic, something, whatever you want to say, your dog, Fluffy missed you on his birthday, whatever. It maybe opens a little conversation. Go back and forth for 5 or 6 text messages, nothing crazy. And after that, cut it loose or end it with a thumbs up, a heart, whatever you feel like. Let it go. And then see how long it goes until she reaches out again. Maybe that helps. Maybe you hear from her in a couple of weeks. Maybe you want to hear from her sooner. It depends on what your approach is. You can take it whichever way you want. If you want it to happen where she doesn't talk to you again, then maybe you guys shouldn't be together, and maybe that's how you realize it. But if you were enjoying that conversation and it made you feel a certain way, then letting it off, tapering it off, keeping it light and brief will allow that opportunity to present itself in the future without totally self-destructing and ruining everything, which you do not want to do. You want to take it slow. You want to play the long game. Show a little interest, not too much. You don't want to seem super desperate. You don't want to tell them every single thing you've been doing in your life, and you don't want to give them a diary and all of your feelings right away because, hey, the breakup happened. You got to try to separate that as hard as it may be. All right, hope that helps. Good luck out there. Give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe. We love you. Have fun.